Today I want to talk to you about death. And just imagine for a moment that you die today, because we're all going to die at some stage. And no one knows when that will be. It could well be today. So just imagine just that you had died and suddenly you were given a second life. What would you do? I had this idea after reading another Marcus Aurelius quote last night. I'll read the quote to you so you get an idea of what I'm actually talking about here. Marcus says, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." It gave me this idea for an exercise, and I thought of this last night and I just thought, wow, what a great idea. Now what I want you to do, I call it KEV'S INSPIRED DEATH TOOL, which is a bit crazy, but there you go. So just imagine that you died today. Just imagine that. I want you to get a pen and a paper, draw a line down the middle of the paper, and on the left-hand side, I want you to write down on the first line, date of birth, your date of birth, and write your date of birth underneath it. Then underneath that, write date of death, and write down today's date. Write that down, date of death, date of your death today. You died today. Write down everything you've achieved in your life, all the great stuff you've got done. Write that all down. But write down everything that you achieved today in your life. Write that all down. Then in the right-hand side, I want you to write down your regrets. What have you regretted in your life? What are the things that you wanted to do, but because you died today, you haven't achieved? The goals that you had set that you didn't get to. Like I say, we're all going to die one day, and we're not going to have a chance to do a lot of stuff. So write down, if you died today, the things you haven't achieved, the things you wanted, that you may have wished you had have done, the things you did that you wish you hadn't have done, and you can make up for that. So write all that down in that right-hand column. So you've got your left-hand column, all the stuff that you have achieved. You died today. This is your date of death. This is what you've achieved. And in the right-hand side, write down all your regrets, all the things that you didn't achieve. And then suddenly you're reborn. You're back alive. And think of all those things you didn't do. And this is your chance, as Marcus Aurelius says, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. So take all those things that you didn't do, all those regrets that you've had, and go out and make amends. Do them before it is too late, before you actually do die. Because we're all going to have a date of death at some stage. As much as we don't like talking about these things, it's going to happen. And that's fine. Don't be concerned about that. Just get out and live your life today. Get out and do those things that you've put in that right column, your regrets, things you didn't do, things that you want to do. Maybe you weren't, close enough to your kids. Maybe you weren't, close enough to your partner. Maybe you didn't treat your partner that well, or whatever it is. And from today, you say, right, I've died. This is what I've achieved. Yep, that's good. The things I haven't achieved are more important. Really reflect on your life. Really reflect on those things that you haven't done. And then go out and start doing them. Today's the day you are reborn. And you can write down today's date as well as the date of your rebirth. This is the date you've come back alive. And you're going out and you're going to go and live your life to the best you can, because you just never know when that date of death is going to be there. And you're going to have regrets anyway, but make them fewer than what you have now.